Welcome back. Kindly go to the page 8, page number 8 in your workbook. Let's continue with the exercise that we did not discuss in the class last. Okay, fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions given in brackets. This was given to you, and I told you to work on the same, didn't I? Okay, the first question. Let's take the first question up. The elephant walked. There is a blank. The forest and saw the man's hut. The preposition which is to be used is through. Walked through the forest. Mr. Hyena ran. There is a blank. The man's hut and howled for a place. Into, onto, over. Okay, it's not on to or over, ran into the men's hut. The ship sailed, and there is a blank, the world, around, through, over. It's not through or over, it's around. The train went, there is a blank, the tunnel, in, through, onto. The answer is through, went through the tunnel, not in the tunnel, onto the tunnel. They can't go with the noun or with the verb, otherwise it is a V plus P plus N, and we know the pattern or the patterns. The next question, the suitcase fell, the floor, into, onto, around, and it's obvious it cannot be into or around, on the floor. She broke her leg when she fell. There is a blank. The stairs. She broke her leg when she fell off, in, down. Better not fell off. It's fell down the stairs. I believe there is also some kind of direction shown. So we better use it down. The burglar made a mistake by running. There is a blank, and after the blank, the policeman is the noun. Towards, under, onto. It's not onto or under. It's towards, to, almost. I was tired after climbing the hill, through, into, up. Climbing up the hill, not through the hill, into or something else. It's not, it's up the hill. Climb up. When the train arrived at my destination, I got into, got onto, got off. The horse jumped. There is a blank. The fence, over, under, down, over the fence. Okay, all these are the answers. We'll take every preposition individually. Okay, I'll give you enough information in connection with its the particular prepositions use. Okay, and we'll also take some notes down. Maybe when we meet again offline, not online, probably. Means to say in a classroom. Okay, let's take the next question up. Question number C. It's not number. The alphabet C. And under the heading, you have two questions. Complete the following passages with appropriate prepositions given in brackets. Now, this is in fact one of the important contexts where we see prepositions used well. Okay, George Bernard Shaw was a man of taste. He liked to have beautiful things about or around him. Which one? The answer is around, not about. About is approximation, approximately, the meaning almost. Around, surround, almost, surround. He was of the firm opinion that literature and beauty were both equally necessary on life, in life. Everybody knows this particular noun takes in all the time. Am I right? In life. We say in life. Inclusive almost. In life, inside. In life. Okay. Once a visitor asked him, "You are a lover." This shows a possession. Off or on. When it is possession, it is off. So lover of everything beautiful. How is it that I don't see any flowers? Of your room, in your room, in your room. Though your garden is full of them, you're absolutely right. But I love children too. Is it necessary for me to show my love with them or for them? It's for them. By or from, cutting off their heads. By cutting off the heads and displaying them. In or on vases. Yeah. Is it necessary for me to show my love for them by cutting their heads and displaying them, in vases? The visitor was speechless, not on, but in. A little girl who had been told that Lincoln was not very good looking was taken by her father to see the president at, it's by, not with, at or on the White House. Not on the White House, it's at the White House. White House. Lincoln chatted with her for with a while in his gentle, humorous way. For a while in his gentle and humorous way. Suddenly the little girl called out, "Daddy, he's not ugly at all. He's just beautiful." That's it. Okay, that's it. We learn every preposition listed individually. Okay, when we meet offline in a classroom. Okay, yeah. Let's go to the next item, tense and time, under the heading verbs. Okay, there we have left I believe a number of questions. Let's take them one by one. Go to the page number 12. There I asked you to compose a paragraph, write a paragraph, taking into consideration what's given. That's about John's routine. Okay, you have enough information. Let's get started. Okay, now it's his routine, right? John gets up at 5 a.m. Put a stop. That's where the first sentence ends. He takes a morning walk for 15 minutes. He takes, it's there, the verb is enough. That much is enough. Anybody can write, anybody's play it is, anybody's strength it is. Anybody can write. Now, studying, make it study. He studies in the morning for 2 hours. He studies every day for 2 hours. Every morning for 2 hours, maybe from 6 to from 5:30 to 7:30 probably. He takes bath around 7:30 a.m. You have to go on like this, but you have to make or write complete sentences. And he attends classes. I'm sorry, I have skipped one. Yeah, he has his breakfast. He takes his breakfast. He eats otherwise his breakfast. Both are, all of them are okay. He takes his breakfast. He has his breakfast around 8:30 a.m. He attends classes between 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Okay. Next, he watches TV for an hour every day. He helps his parents for an hour every day. You may leave every day. That's you may leave. Don't keep it repeated. Okay. Next, he studies up to 10 p.m. He has his dinner. He takes his dinner. He eats his dinner after 10 p.m. He visits his relatives. He visits his relatives once in a week. Okay. like this. And the last sentence, he watches movies with friends once in a month. And this is how we have used, in fact, the present indefinite tense to compose, to write about John's routine. Okay, that's what is to be remember. Okay, to mention our routine, what do? We go for the tense present indefinite. When it is to mention our habits, when it's to mention something that happens every time. Okay, it doesn't matter when something that does not mean the past time, does not mean the future time. Okay, it means universal. It is true to all time. Okay, otherwise all times, past, present, future. We have to go for the present indefinite tense. That's why the tenses which come to our help or should come to our help all the time when we speak is the present tense and the subtenses: present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. All these tenses. And we have seen how they are formed. Present indefinite, a do form plus the base form of the verb. Present continuous, a be form plus a verb plus ing. Present perfect, a have form plus the past participle form of main verb. And present perfect continuous, so this is the last tense we have not discussed how it is how it is formed. We have not discussed, but it's it's at that moment of time it was not necessary, that's why I did not discuss. Okay, it is formed using a have form and also a be form. Okay, and next a main verb plus ing. For example, I have been reading a book since morning. Okay, look at have is a have form, been is a be form, one of the be form which is to be used in the present perfect continuous tense. And next we have the verb read plus ing. Since it's a continuous tense, ing is a must. The present participle form of a verb is a must. Any verb, present participle, past participle, we have present participle form ing, which the verb and which ends itself with ing is the present participle form. So here we have all. Present perfect continuous tense has everything under the sun. We have a be form, we have a have form and a be form, then main verb plus ing. Okay, this is how it's formed. Now all these tenses come to your help when you speak English, and should come to your help. That's why we use these tenses a number of times, repeatedly otherwise. Okay, everybody, if you consider my my English, the English that I have been using, okay, that I have used otherwise so far, you see what these tenses repeated or used repeatedly. Who has used it? I have used it. So whenever one speaks a language or English in particular, what does he do? He uses present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous tenses more and frequently, and they are to be used. Okay, past tenses, past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect continuous, future indefinite, future continuous, future perfect continuous. All these are contextual, and we may not, or we don't really need them all the time, only when context permit. When there are situations when you want to mention past time, we may have to go for past tenses. when you want to mention future time, in particular future tenses. But the works of all the tenses, I mean past and future, can be done by using these four present tenses or present tense subtenses. Present tense, present indefinite, sub means present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Look at the first two, present indefinite and present continuous. They are used to talk about present time and also future time. And present indefinite can also mean the past time. Mark it. When we mention something which means universal truth, something that is true to all times, or something that is true all the time. Okay, that means to say past, present, future. So it covers almost all times. That's why you should stick to the present indefinite. Okay, and next, present continuous. Present continuous talks about anything that you are talking about at the time of speaking. It may mention. When you say I am listening, it mentions the present time. Am I right? It can also be used to talk about future time. The examination is to happen or to occur tomorrow. It's possible. The train is about to leave. The speech is about to begin. Look at it, mentions future time too. In the same fashion, present indefinite too talk about future time, mentions future time. Look at this example. The Prime Minister comes to Mangaluru tomorrow. The tense is present indefinite, but the time is future. That's why we should learn these tenses well. Present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect. Look at present perfect. It shows what has happened. It is to be used to show what has happened, what has already happened. Means to say past time. It shows the impact of past time on the present time, or the connection between the past time and the present time. That's why we have the tense present perfect. You better use all the time present perfect. I've gone home, I've talked to him, I've phoned him, I've talked to my teacher, I have been to this place, I have been discussed this topic, I have in fact opined that this is not true, I have read well. Look at this, we have gone there, my parents have advised me. Look at all of these are in the present indefinite, the present perfect tense. So the next present perfect continuous tense is to mention the continuation of something from the past into the present. Okay, it goes on, it doesn't end. I've been reading, that does not mean it has ended. If it has ended, we have to go for the present perfect, but it has not ended. That's why it's continuation from the past to the present, from the past into the present. It enters, past enters the present. The connection between the past and the present at the same time doesn't end. So, present continuous does not mention the continuation from the past into the present, but present perfect continuous tense shows. One shows, one doesn't. It talks about present time, the time of speaking, what's happening. The present continuous. Present perfect continuous shows the continuation from the past. From the past to the present or into the present. So, all these four tenses are to be used whenever we speak English. And when it is fully past, we may have to go for past indefinite, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. You have to do or you have to use them on purpose intentionally when there are contexts and future indefinite continuous, future perfect and future perfect continuous tense. Them too you have to use contextually, whenever they are necessary. They have their own importance, and it is possible to use them well. But the first thing that is to be done is to get hold of these four tenses: present indefinite continuous and present perfect continuous. Later you'll come to know, you'll understand how to use future indefinite, past indefinite, future continuous, past continuous, future perfect, past perfect, future perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, all these tenses. But first you should learn where these present tenses, present indefinite continuous, perfect and perfect continuous tenses to be used. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay, and the next was Vikas had been to Kuppali, the exercise that I gave you in the class last, didn't I? Okay, now he had been to Kuppali last month. He went to Kuppali last month. This had been, I doubt the use of it here. Okay, he had been, I don't know, it's in fact wrong. When you mention time last month, it should be in the past indefinite. It cannot be had been. Okay, the past indefinite to be used here, and past perfect in connection with the past indefinite or past continuous. Now, Vikas had been to Kuppali last month. Vikas went to Kuppali last month. Below is an extract of how he spent his time there. Using this piece of information, write a paragraph on his activities. Kuppali. He reached Kuppali. Who reached Kuppali? Vikas reached Kuppali yesterday. Okay, he reached Kuppali yesterday at 8:30 p.m. He stayed at the guest house. He got up early in the morning. He went to Navilgudda. It was a 30-minute drive from Navilgudda. I'm sorry, not that. A 30-minute drive. Navilgudda was a 30-minute drive. He watched the sunrise there. It was a spectacle sight. Be means was. All in the past indefinite. Here and there when required, past continuous or perfect continuous are to be used. He returned to Kuppali, visited Kavi Shaila, paid respect to Samadhis of Kuvempu and Tejasvi, took photographs. Some tourists from Mysore arranged a campfire. He invited, have arranged becomes had arranged, but I doubt that's why the use of had here. So, photographs. He took some photographs. Some tourists from Mysore arranged a campfire. Had arranged a campfire otherwise. They invited him to join them. He joined the campfire. He had. This use of had is past indefinite. So, a happy time with them. It was a memorable trip. Okay. Done. That's it. We'll meet again. Okay. And we'll take questions in the class next, which have already been asked, a number of times. Otherwise, we will take questions which have come in question papers. in the previous year question papers, yesterday year question papers. Okay, we'll discuss them.